I call the meeting of the Development Review Board to order, October 2nd, 2018.
Okay, the first item on our agenda this evening are the minutes from our last meeting.
Any additions, changes? There you go, Charles.
I'll make a motion to approve.
Charles approves.
I'll second it.
Seconds. Good. All in favor?
I wasn't here, but you know.
So you're going to abstain?
No, I was here. I just didn't get in the paperwork.
He wasn't listed.
Oh, you weren't. Let's make a note of that. That he actually was here. Okay. Well, you're probably so
Yeah, I want to
glad.
get paid.
You're probably so glad. At $0 per meeting, that's up. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Next item on our agenda is the reading of the witness. And
I know.
we have a sign-up sheet on the podium that we ask everyone to
I want that job.
sign before they speak to the board this evening, and it includes the following oath statement. I solemnly swear or affirm under the pains and penalty of perjury that the statements I make, testimony I give, and other evidence I submit to the board at the board's public hearing held on this date shall be true and correct to the best of my knowledge and belief. And again, we ask folks to sign in before they speak to the board this evening. I do want to know for the record, I don't know if folks here tonight, but if you want to preserve appeal rights regarding a particular project, you do need to either submit written comments or make comments at the board's hearing regarding the matter. So just please keep that in mind. And then you may appeal the decision within 30 days after the written decision is decided. Thank you, Charles. The next item on our agenda is disclosure of any ex parte communications or conflicts of interest regarding matters before the board this evening.
Have any? Nope, don't see any.
All right, our first hearing this evening is Peter Janellis, 832 West Road. He's seeking development plan approval for an expansion of his existing veterinary clinic. This application was preliminarily reviewed by the ARP last meeting. They did recommend approval, however, they asked Jeff to make a brief presentation this evening. So Jeff, I'll let you introduce yourself and sign in.
Signed in,
Oh,
so
he's
we're all
already
set
signed
there.
in. Great, okay.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Jeff Metcalf. I'm with Keefe and Weston Architects. I'm here representing Peter Janellis on behalf of the Mount Anthony Veterinary Hospital. It's located at 832 West Road. The project is additions and renovations to an existing building. It's about 1,000 square feet of new space that will be added to the west side of the structure. What you'll see here, it's in the rural conservation area. So, the property, as you'll see, is sufficient with setbacks. It lands more or less in the middle of the property, as you can see here. The addition will be, as I said, to the west. The existing parking area is here. Parking will not be expanded. We will pave an area here for new access to a new vestibule that we're adding. But other than that, the site will essentially stay unaltered. As you can see in the floor plan, the addition, again, 1,000 square feet, new vestibule for an additional entrance. It has a few new exam rooms, an office, and a small kitchenette. It will be done in the same style of the existing building in terms of both clapboards, trim, finishes, and colors. It's sort of an orangey yellow currently, and it's going to remain the same. The roofing will also match. The intention is to have it look like it's always been there.
Any questions?
Yeah.
Jen?
How's somebody going to know which door to use?
Well, the intention was, currently with the existing entrance, there is at times some problem with, one dog coming in, another coming out, so this is going to alleviate that problem a little bit.
You're still coming into the same space, but it
That's
gives you
correct.
more
So
choices.
either way, either access point will bring you to the same reception desk, and so we figured that the confusion, it shouldn't be a problem.
Barry?
Just for the record, no new lighting?
No, this new entrance here will have lighting inside that, but that is about it.
Any other questions? Anyone from the audience?
Which one? The hours of operation, to change it? Everything's going to
Not
stay
at all.
the same?
Everything stays the same.
What's the board's pleasure?
Move to approve.
I second.
Moved and seconded?
I second.
Yeah. All in favor? Okay. All set, Jeff?
Thank you very much.
Okay, the next hearing on the agenda is Roaring Branch Development Company. At the corner of Shield Drive, this road. We're seeking approval for a new building on that, in that location. This is the second hearing. At the first hearing, some questions were related to the applicant, and I know that you received some of those answers to some of those questions in your packet. We have someone here this evening, perhaps answer some additional questions. John, I'll let you introduce yourself to the board and
Sure.
should have some questions for you.
My name is John Wright with Mance Engineering. I'm the civil engineer for this project. I believe from the last time the board had met, I'm here representing Roaring Branch Development Company. And my understanding from the last meeting that there were some questions, and this is a revised site plan that was put together to address those questions. The first one being, I don't think the applicant that was here at the prior meeting explained it very well. What's happening on the site for stormwater control is actually a very long linear swale that's winding and it's very flat. That's going to capture any runoff coming off the site, detain it in this swale, and slowly allow it to discharge out a culvert on the northwesterly corner of the site, whereby it will flow down and enter the existing 24-inch culvert running underneath East Road. And we designed it that way to essentially capture everything on the site that's being developed, which also reduces about probably 40% of the runoff that's going to the neighbors down below, the Joneses. The other item that was on the list of comments from the DRB was location of outdoor storage. There's really only one location, it's behind the building, that'll be storing, I guess, trucks and maybe trailers, things of that nature, behind the building, and to limit any visual sight from Shields Drive or even East Road from this corner. We were proposing adding a fence, a chain link fence with green slats. It's probably pretty common you see around with for screening purposes, and that will screen anything off of Shields Drive from looking in to behind the building where there may be some outdoor storage. I think the other item.
Can I ask you a question about that?
Sure.
Your drawing shows that you're also putting storage in the swale.
The swale's down here.
Pardon?
The swale is right here.
Yes,
There's some
but you
flow
see-
arrows.
Where it says outdoor storage area,
Yep.
you've got an arrow going up into the parking lot and one going into the swale.
Yeah, this is actually a fairly, probably a 5 to 10% sloped area right in here. That's not in the swale. That's what I'm referring to on that note here with the arrow.
So you're not gonna be
The
storing-
swale is actually a little bit further down slope of that flat area. Well, slightly sloped area.
So I think what he's asking, that's not going to be an outdoor storage area.
Not in the swale, no. This area would be. This could be.
That's what you're asking?
Yeah.
And this is where the fence comes down a hill.
Yeah, but if you look at it, you have an arrow going way down into the swale.
Well, here.
Not all the way to this way.
That's going to be storage.
Oh,
Yeah, this is the swale actually, right here.
Yeah.
This is. This is the swale.
It's
So
just pointing-
this
There's your
would be
swale.
limited storage.
Okay.
Question for you.
Sure.
I think I've outlined the swale.
Yes.
You wanna look? Everything else on both sides goes up. And one of the lozenge at the top is the lowest space.
Yes, Barry.
While we're talking about the storage area, it doesn't specify what's going to be stored there or how much. You could have just about anything stored there. What do you intend to store there for outdoor storage?
I think the applicant is proposing, intending to store trailers. I believe there's potential heavy equipment that might have to be stored behind that area. And because it's down over an embankment, because this site is a plateau and it drops off. That's what these contours are indicating here. They're fairly tight here is the slope embankment. So this is kind of a hidden area from any visual sight from Shields Drive. So that would be the optimum place to store that type of equipment. Behind the building, off in the corner where you can't really see it, down over an embankment.
There is about a 10-foot drop off into that storage area down below.
Yep, yep.
Okay.
Yeah, if you take that contour there, for sure. Yeah. And on top of that, you've got a 6-foot high fence up here.
Yeah. I was just wondering how you're going to get down in there, but that's...
Yeah, that would come in from behind here.
Okay.
On 10% from at the southeast corner of the building area. That's where that would be accessed. Any other questions on storage and fencing?
I have a question about, there's about an 8-foot drop from the road into your parking area. How are you going to keep the water from running down there?
8-foot drop from which direction? Because here it's pretty flat.
From the road.
From here
Right,
down to here.
right.
A lot of this runoff stays channeled down through Shields Drive into these catch basins. It's actually, if you ever take a chance to walk out there, that's what it's doing now. There's like a little bit of a raised edge of that pavement that's swelling it down through. The contours really don't do it justice on what's going on there. As far as any of this runoff, which would be really minimal, stormwater runoff would be captured behind the parking area and swelled in this direction, where it's picked up in that swale we were discussing earlier, and then channeled back up and around to East Road. So it's a long, slowly winding. And the idea is, I don't really want this to look like a swale. It should blend in with the topography.
The people to the south were concerned about water running into their property. Do you have some way of stopping that?
We extended the swale as close as we could to the property line, without impacting,
Okay.
leaving a little bit of a tree buffer between the two parcels, that being Plaza and this project. I think a lot of it probably runs off the Plaza parking lot, which doesn't, kind of cuts through this corner and migrates over.
And you already indicated though that you're actually going to be reducing stormwater runoff. with
Correct. It's probably, I think it's 40, it's at least 40%, it's probably going to be more than that.
this. So we'll actually see less water from this.
From this parcel,
Yes, from that part.
clearly draining to here. Now, if this is the issue that they're concerned with in the backyard, I'm not quite sure where exactly they're seeing a lot of the water reaching their site, but it's certainly going to help.
That parking area that you have there with the handicap,
Yeah.
that's going to be paved?
It's not intended to be paved, it's
Fine.
gravel. This is going to be a concrete sidewalk here with the signage.
Yeah, because on drawing 3.0, you showed part of it paved, blacktop.
I don't think so. That's not the intention, though. It's supposed to be gravel.
Yeah, they show it paved.
I don't have that drawing here. Maybe that's a grading plan.
There's going to be just a handicap sign.
Yeah, the handicap sign,
Yeah.
space in between. It's gonna be flat, 1%.
But the entrance coming in is gonna be paved.
Just
Yeah.
the apron coming in required will be paved, correct.
What's that right off the end of the pavement? Is that a gate or a culvert?
That's a culvert.
Okay, all right.
John?
Sure.
It showed it is being paved.
Oh, yes, that's a typo on my, that's a typo on my part, yes.
It's not paved.
No, no. The site plan is the accurate. The detail is an error. Any other site-related questions? Moving on, there was a question about the adding bollards around the propane tank, which we now indicate 3 bollards along the underground propane tank to protect that. In addition, on the architectural plans on sheet A2, we've now noted the color of the siding and the trim of the building. And on sheet A3, we've added the roof pitches.
Are the doors going to be the same color as the side of the building?
Excuse me, the doors?
The doors?
I believe those are supposed to be white, but
I can't hear you.
I believe those are intended to be a white color.
Okay.
Oh, it's off tone.
Any other questions from the board? Anyone in the audience? Don't see any.
Draw on the site plan itself, but I don't think it would really ever explain exactly what the business is going to be in there last time around.
It's a storage and a maintenance building. I don't know exactly
For what?
I'm not sure, whatever, it's an approved use, maintenance and storage.
You don't know what's going to be in there?
I don't know. I assume it's gonna be equipment, heavy trucks for repair. I'm not 100%
So,
sure.
but Ron, you're asking what the business is, not what
Yeah.
they're storing. I
Yeah.
mean, it's a septic business, correct? I mean, with portable toilets and those sorts of things. That's what we were told before.
Then that's what it is.
Well, okay, they called them trucks all during the last hearing, that referred to as trucks. Are they self-propelled?
The trucks?
Yeah,
With gasoline engine, yeah.
they are. They're not trailered, and
Yeah. I don't
okay.
know.
And to display them, they're having them on display because they want to, what, sell them or what?
No, no.
Oh, I think there's a couple different things you're not, maybe. My understanding, there may be a display here, and if I'm understanding your question correct, if it is a septic company, if it's a trailer, then those are not self-propelled. You have to tow those are towed behind.
Okay.
So,
But
is that what you're referring to?
really fancy restrooms, I saw the picture of the restroom type things.
Mhm.
Are they gonna be for sale? I'm just,
I think they're just for rent, but I'm not positive. That's for the applicant, whether that's, I assume that's,
because I have a problem with the use thing, if they're for sale, because they can't be for sale in that district,
Yeah.
of course.
I think they're for rent.
Yeah, the testimony last time was that they were rented for events.
Okay.
And brides and their mothers would be going to look at them.
Okay, yes, thanks.
Any other questions? What was the board's pleasure? Barry?
I'll move to close the hearing and go to deliberative session.
Okay. Barry moved. Charles seconds. All in favor? Okay, John.
Thank you. Unless there's any other business?
Sure,
I don't know what it
I
is.
can explain that to you if you want to say.
Need a motion to adjourn? So moved. So moved to adjourn. Jane seconds. All in favor?
What? I'm sorry, what?
To adjourn.
Oh.
Supposed to say no.